You're watching another Nerd Stalker interview.
Welcome to another Nerd Stalker interview. This is Greg Gloria, aka Social Greg on Twitter for the Nerd Stalker Media Network. Today we speak with Sunil Koduri and Shalini Koduri, co-founders of Zsolutionz, a company designing fuzzy controller software called Zofie, which also stands for Zsolutionz Optimal Fitness Interactive Experience. And for fitness equipment and medical devices and any other application you could probably use this for. And we'll let the founders talk about that in a little bit. But to kind of give you guys a background to this, we will see the press release from their publicist, and it just caught our eye on this area of fitness and health that's being addressed by this company. And where we see it from the Nerd Stalker point of view is that this company is really bridging software to your interactive fitness model. So and it's something that's kind of needed this day. We see this gap in the market, and they're addressing that gap. So anyway, good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us here on Nerd Stalker live from the Seattle area, Redmond area.
Good morning.
Good morning, Greg. Thanks for having us on.
Oh no! We're grateful to have you guys on here to talk about your exciting products. So, can you tell the Nerd Stalker audience a little about yourselves and just to introduce yourselves?
Sure. I'm Shalini Koduri, and grew up right here in the Great Pacific Northwest. And actually, I have a liberal arts background in international studies, so I'm a liberal arts girl in the high-tech world. I've had the good fortune to work in the public and private sectors and work for some really cool Northwest companies such as the Eddie Bauer Corporation, as well as Norbanco International. And my latest adventure brings me here to Zsolutionz, where I'm working as the Chief Creative Officer. And the exciting part about that is I get to work right alongside my dear father, Dr. Surya Bhatia, and also my husband, who's this handsome guy right here, Sunil.
Yes, he is.
Thank you, Shalini, and thank you, Greg. So it's great to be here. I worked in the high-tech sector for over 25 years or so, and with different companies in California and also in Washington. And most recently, I worked at Microsoft for over 17 years and decided to branch off. And this is something that I wanted to do for a while, and I'm glad I'm getting the opportunity to work with family members. So I get to work with Shalini, my lovely wife, and also my father-in-law, who's an expert in the methodology that we're using called fuzzy logic.
Yeah, I'd like to talk to you guys a little bit about that a little later, because I think that I've interviewed many startups that had family members, and I'd like to dig into that a little later. But let's talk more about your product and.
Zofie, in short, it's a software platform that has a fitness expertise from well-renowned experts that we've been able to consult with. And these are experts that deal with Olympic athletes and professional athletes, and we're bringing that type of technology down to the masses. So typically, when people want to get into fitness, they want to either run or walk. That's the first form of fitness. That's the most common form of fitness. And they typically have, 4 goals or so, which is 1 is to either lose weight, 2 is to either stay fit, 3 is to compete in a race, or 4 might be to recover from an injury. And what Zofie does is it takes the knowledge from all of these experts and helps users achieve their goals. And what it also does is that it takes data from the wearables that they're currently wearing, as well as devices such as smartphones or tablets that they might have on, or any type of equipment that has a capability to transmit data. So Zofie would take all of this information, so it acts like a brain, so to speak, and it analyzes all that information and advises the user on the best way to achieve their goal. And also, it would tell them whether, with their form, whether they're putting too much pressure on one foot versus another, whether they're leaning too far forward, too far back, sideways, and so forth. So it's making sure that they're doing it in the optimal way, or the best way to achieve their goals. And this is something that we think is needed, because right now, when you look at wearable devices and so forth, it shows you that you walk 10,000 steps. But what does that really mean to my overall health? And this takes it to the next level. And that's what we're calling it. This is the software platform for the next generation of health and fitness.
Yeah, I think everyone's touting this wearables 2.0 now, and where you're really helping enable this 2.0 world. I'm still trying to figure out what 2.0 exactly means, but it's this new interconnectivity with data and actually feedback that you guys are enabling this technology. So that's really cool. So I'm ready. I think that our audience is ready. Why don't we take a tour into your lab?
Great. So what we're going to do is we're going to switch over to my headphones, Bluetooth headphones, so I can still talk, while Eric, our cameraman, is going to be taking us on a tour, and hopefully. Great.
Still hear me?
Yeah, this is good. We're going through the door. This is nice. Okay.
Great. Can you hear me, Greg?
Yes.
Some NITEC team members here. Want to say hi?
Hey.
So these are the people that actually helped us develop the UI that we have.
Oh, good.
And actually we have some
those are important.
People that are going.
A meeting must have broke out.
And we have some UIs that are being developed here.
Oh, wow. Nice.
And also this is the, what we're doing is that we created a prototype to simulate walking and running. And we thought the best form of prototype that we could do is to look at the treadmill, but not just any treadmill, but this is the way that treadmill should look like in the future. So this is a prototype of the actual treadmill itself. And then
cool.
These were some of the early designs of what we were thinking about to develop the treadmill. And then we also have, here are the goals that I talked about earlier, where we talk about weight loss, staying fit, competing in a race, and also recovering from an injury. And then we also took into account the different type of wearables, as well as fitness equipment that are out there, and also not just fitness equipment, but running experience and walking experience outdoors as well. So it's on platform as well as off platform.
Wow, this is cool. It's like I'm going through my kids' kindergarten class.
Yeah, that's right. So now we are going through the NITEC labs, and as I mentioned, NITEC did a great job of helping us, and they're a design and engineering firm, and we were fortunate enough to find them, and they've done a really good job. Now there's the future-looking prototype of a treadmill that has Zofie on it.
Nice.
And we'll actually go to the side as well, just so you have a full concept. And what we did was we actually took existing equipment, in this case a treadmill. We also embedded it with sensors, such as pressure sensors and so forth.
Oh, really?
And a camera-based recognition system that can actually recognize as soon as you approach. So Shalini, my lovely model, is going to be showing us how she's going to be using this particular treadmill. So,
all right.
So
this
yep,
looks good.
we're ready to go, Shalini. Here we go. So as soon as she steps on, what Zofie is doing is basically recognizing who she is. So it automatically recognizes that it's Shalini that's on the treadmill, and basically then once we're there, then Shalini will press get started. And now it's scanning for vital information. She doesn't have to do anything. It automatically calculates what her weight is and what her height is, and calculates the BMI on the spot without having Shalini enter in any information. And then when she presses continue, there's Shalini's skeletal form.
It's waiting.
And
cool.
You'll notice that that's Shalini in motion, right? So basically it's showing how she's actually moving. And you'll notice that the treadmill is automatically increasing her speed. So her speed right now is at 1.4, went to 1.5, and pretty soon will go to 1.6. So it's actually reacting to her heart rate. And her heart rate right now is at 121 or so, and it's trying to reach the target heart rate. So since we don't have a heart rate monitor on her right now, so we're going to simulate that as far as increasing the heart rate. And once we increase the heart rate, you'll notice that the speed of the treadmill, now it's at 1.9, will actually stay at that particular speed to make sure that it's within that target heart rate range. But let's say, for instance, if the speed was higher, much higher than her target heart rate. Right now, her target heart rate is 135.
Okay.
And we're increasing the speed, or we're increasing the heart rate from 135 to, let's say, 153, which is outside of our bounds of target heart rate. Then the machine starts slowing down because it wants the heart rate to be not that high. So it automatically senses that.
Hey, Sunil, what's that thing in the right-hand corner there? Is that the coach?
Yeah, that's actually Shalini's picture.
Oh, so, okay. That's what I figured out.
Which has her profile and everything like that. So Zofie's in the background doing all of it. And later on, we'll have voice capability where it can actually interact with the user and so forth. Right now, we're using buttons to actually stimulate some of the capabilities that we're trying to showcase. Wow. And then the other thing that we're going to be able to show is that if she's leaning too far to the left, you'll notice that the skeletal form is changing its form, and from blue to yellow to indicate, you know what, that's leaning too far to the left or even too far to the right, and also backwards and forwards. And then what will also show is that, let's say, the foot pressure. You'll notice that the foot pressure comes on, and it shows the actual foot pressure on there. So if you're putting too much pressure on one foot versus the other, it will actually indicate that you're putting too much pressure on one foot versus the other, to minimize any type of injury or anything like that, and also to simulate the actual gait of people running and also or people walking.
So this is really good for people who are like rehabbing, right? I guess this is one thing I could see where, you know, obviously you could be favoring one leg over the other if you had a knee injury, let's say, right?
That's right. That's right. So actually what it also does, Greg, is that you can share this information with your doctor, coach, or even your physical therapist so that they see exactly how you're doing from your, let's say, exercise regimen or any type of physical therapy session and so forth, so that they can actually analyze that information and then determine whether you're actually doing it right or not.
Wow, this is so cool. This is so cool.
So this is Zofie, and this is our prototype, and we're hoping to bring this out to the masses sometime soon.
Wow, this is neat. Wow, yeah, let's get Shalini off of the treadmill. Let's talk to you guys a little bit more there.
Great. So we'll let Shalini stop, and then we'll have her get off the treadmill. There we go.
All right.
And at CES, we got a lot of our exercise in by demoing our treadmill. So from that perspective, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, most people walk miles at CES, and you guys just stayed in one place, it looks like. So
That's right. That's right. So, and we'll actually stop the Bluetooth, and we'll switch over to the regular speakerphone so others can.
Great. Can you hear us, Greg?
Oh yeah, that's a great demo, guys. We really appreciate that. That was superb, actually. So, you know, let's talk about CES. You guys, I guess, made a major introduction at CES, and you know, what were some of the comments? Can you share that with the Nerd Soccer audience?
It resonated really well. We received very positive feedback, and also showcasing the future of the treadmill, what it could look like, was really pretty important to people, and they realized that this is pretty neat. And a lot of people, they just stopped to look at the actual treadmill. So the design that NITEC did was, you know, really resonated really well over there. And we were just, you know, lucky to get such positive feedback. And now we're trying to, I guess, encourage different type of partnerships to actually come and work with us to fully develop Zofie and bring this out to the marketplace.
Yeah, I guess you thought that designing this was the hard part, but now actually going out and actually interacting with all these guys is probably the next hard part, huh?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I mean, the surprising thing was we were able to actually get this developed, or the proof of concept, fairly quickly. So from that perspective, we were encouraged to say that, hey, you know what, it can be done. It can be done on a quick pace. And we're hoping that the partnerships will also come through on a quick pace.
And I have to say, we couldn't have done it without the great team here at NITEC. They were really key in the evolution of the Zofie platform, and especially the design of this prototype. So just want to say a big thank you to them and a shout out to NITEC, which is where we are right now in beautiful Kirkland, Washington.
Oh, wow. It's interesting. Finding partners in a startup, I think, is very difficult. I've been in several startups, and finding the right partners, I think, is well, this has been great, guys. I really appreciate this live demo. We don't get a lot here on Nerdstalker Media, but I think this was really I'm really appreciative what you guys have done. So, how do people get a hold of you and get to know more about your product?
So if they go to our website, which is Zsolutionz.com, they can actually provide us with their contact information, and we'll be happy to keep them in touch. And also, if they follow us on Facebook and Twitter, we're also keeping people updated with our progress on there as well.
All right, we'll put that on the when we write the article, we'll put that on the website as well. So anyway, thank you again for your time. We'll close off the interview here, but anyway, that was Sunil Koduri and Shalini Koduri of Zsolutionz. Sorry, I'll keep on practicing that as I go along. And anyway, we really appreciate their time, and this is going to be a very big thing in the health and fitness area, where it comes to interfacing with wearable technology and even IoT devices. So anyway, it'll make your life better. So this is Greg Gloria, aka Social Greg, on Twitter for the Nerdstalker Media Network, where we believe in tech, startups, design, and you. Thanks for joining us, everyone, and be careful out there. Hey, thanks everyone. Appreciate it.
Well, thank you, Greg. Thanks for taking the time to talk to us, and we appreciate it, and we look forward to hopefully working with Nerdstalker in the future as well.